You are now tuned in to the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, where we will be discussing actual audio and visual clips captured during the team's investigations. Hear firsthand eyewitness accounts from fellow team members and special guests. Now smash that like, subscribe, and follow button, and let's get ready to welcome team leader and your host, Eric Vanderlaan, and tech specialist and co-host, Mike Delcoro.
Happy Monday, my paranormal people. Thank God it's over. It's downhill from now. So I'm your host, Eric Vanderlaan, your host of the War Party Paranormal Radio Show, and also team leader of War Party Paranormal Research. And over here, my right-hand man.
What's up, guys? My name is Mike Delcoro. I am your co-host. I am also investigator and case manager with War Party Paranormal. And we got a great show for you guys tonight. And I'm going to let Eric tell you what we're getting into.
We got an amazing guest. We have Shannon Michelle Collins, the Queen of Darkness. And she's been on Paraflix. She's been on the episodes Dark Echoes. So she's part of our Paraflix familia, right? Right, Mike?
That's right. And she's also a poet, an author, and a model, and a paranormal investigator.
Yeah, so she's a jack of all trades. She can do it all.
That's right.
And I made an intro. You want to see it?
I sure do. Let's see it.
Actually, we were like on the same wavelength here when we were thinking of things about this show. But here we go.
Awesome. Let's do it.
All right. Awesome.
Welcome, my darklings and paranormal fiends, to a realm where shadows dance and the darkness whispers secrets of untold. I am the Queen of Darkness, a dream within a scream, Shannon Michelle Collins, Paraflix's new hostess with the ghostess and your guide to the other side. It's going to be a batty ride through the haunted, the macabre, and the unknown. Here on Paraflix, we embrace the eerie and the unexplained, venturing where others dare not tread. Prepare yourselves for a journey into the heart of fear, where the past haunts the present and every shadow hides a story waiting to be told. Welcome to Paraflix, where the night is eternal and the spirits are restless. Together, we'll explore the depths of the paranormal, unearthing tales of terror and encounters that defy reason. But beware, once you enter this world, you may never want to leave. Or, shall I say, it may never want to leave you.
There you go.
Cool.
Yep. So without further ado, let's bring Shannon on the show.
Let's do it.
Hey, Shannon.
Welcome.
Hello. That was so cool.
We're Paraflix cousins, right?
Yes, cousins. Cousins. It's been so long.
Right? It's been a long time. We're cousins that we didn't know about, but we did know about, but we're meeting for the first time.
Yes, it happened.
Through social media, right?
Yes.
Awesome. So yeah, you got a lot on your plate. You got a lot of stuff going on. And yeah, it's fantastic to see. So tell our guests and some of the listeners out there a little bit about how you got started into the paranormal.
Oh, I've been having paranormal experiences since I was really young. I'm a medium and I have been visited by spirit. I thought that it was normal when I was younger for everyone. And then I found out that it really wasn't. And people really just thought I was weird. So I kind of closed off to it for many years, and then I would say when I was probably around, I don't know, 20 something, I met one of my clients at a barbershop, and we were telling ghost stories. And I was telling them that I think that I might be sensitive or psychic or something, that I didn't know what was going on. And we went to a location. And at that location, I was picking up on a woman. I got her name. I could feel what was happening to her. Like, I was literally choking. My fingers were going numb. I could see what was happening to her when I closed my eyes. I thought I was losing my mind. We went to go to a different location, and it was completely quiet there. So I felt, okay, what's going on? Why am I feeling these things at certain locations, not others? I went to go look up other haunted places, not realizing that was, going to come up. And Long Island Paranormal Investigators page came up with a whole list of a bunch of paranormal places. And that location, it was the Normandy Inn, it was called, happened to be on there. And they actually do something really cool where they put the real history and then the paranormal history. So when I was looking at the real history, the name was the same, what had happened to her, how she died, the same. So I actually emailed them and I said, listen, I might be psychic or psychotic. Can you help me figure this out? Because I need to find people of like-minded,
Right.
They truly saved me. They took me under their wing. I had to go through a whole probationary. They're a very serious group. I had to go through a whole probationary period.
Sounds like us.
Yeah, as we do.
I really respected them for that. It's a lot of. They meet weekly. So every week they meet, and if they can investigate, they will. Even if it's just for an hour, they try to get something in. So I've been with them for 13 years, and then what?
Awesome.
Sorry, am I talking too much?
No, that's the whole point.
Not at all. Keep going. Don't stop.
What led me into like this part of everything, just by chance, we wound up getting a location in Southampton, Long Island, and that location wound up opening up to a second spot. So we wound up with two locations through this one society, and we needed to have multiple groups, to split into multiple groups to run both at the same time. And so I initially was like, this is my house. I wanted that place, and I had never been there, but when they mentioned it, it just felt like home to me.
Right. You feel like you've been there.
So they had me go through, after a while of trying to get to that point, of getting to be the first one there. They didn't let me because I was being obnoxious. And so they were like, because of that, no. Which I get it. So eventually they had me go there blindfolded, and they had me walk through there, and I was able to point out like where everything was, without ever having seen it before in my life, that I know of. So yeah. From there,
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. It's a long story. So from there, I was investigating for about a year. I wound up with an attachment.
Oh, wow.
I channeled the spirit, started getting automatic writings from her. She was telling a story. I realized when I read it came out almost like poetry. There's some I had to adjust and make it into poetry. Others, it just flowed. Some, it just wasn't at all, to be honest. But when I read it out, it told a story. And I wrote a book about it. So it should be coming out soon.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Not many people know this, but my mother actually did, God rest her soul. She just passed away not long ago. But she used to do automatic writing.
She did?
And yeah, she did.
I didn't know that. Why didn't you tell me that?
I don't know. I just never came up, I guess. But
I'm thinking another episode right here.
And she actually wrote something about right before one of the hurricanes, and kind of wrote some of the stuff. Like it was wild. But yeah, no, everything that you mentioned is awesome. It's wild. We have a psychic medium on our team, Joe. And a lot of the stuff that you mentioned is kind of the same that we do with him. We've brought him into places blindfolded and stuff. So that's really neat to hear. And I know Long Island Paranormal Investigators are a great group. So yeah, you landed in in a great spot.
I
I
definitely
have
think
a question. I have a question for you. When you joined the team, were there other psychic mediums there? And if there were, did they help you in tune to your gifts?
okay. So yes. Well, yeah, when I joined the team, I wasn't the only one applying to be a part of the team in that time. So there was actually me and two other psychics, I think.
Okay.
And the other two psychics just didn't fit the group's style. We'll say. Nothing against.
Okay.
They just didn't fit the style how they wanted to research, right? Because they're very equipment based. These people wanted to just really be on their own without the equipment. The psychic
Right.
they did have in the group at the time, one of them was Peter Ferraro. He's now in a group in Florida because he had moved. And
Oh, do you know which group?
South Florida. They have like 5 different locations, I think. They're a pretty big group. As far as I know, I don't really remember the name. I feel really bad.
Oh, okay. And they're in South Florida?
I might be lying.
Oh, okay. We're in South Florida though. That's what I was asking.
I'm not sure. Peter Ferraro is his name.
Okay,
So,
I'll have to hit him up.
he mentored me for a bit, and before he moved, and that was really great of him. And then when he moved, I was kind of like the only psychic in the group for a while, and then we had some others come in, and now we have a few, but we have that's more similar to me, medium Bianca Rose.
Uh-huh.
She's like my bestie, my bingo bango. Sorry, I have to say that.
That's okay.
Yeah, so we're very similar in how we work, but she's more in depth. She does more like in-tune readings. I'm kind of afraid to do that kind of stuff right now since I had my attachment, and it was kind of traumatizing. So
Right.
Yeah, I can imagine for sure. We actually had a couple questions from some of the people in the chat here, and they were just kind of asking more about like the automatic writing, like how does that happen, like how does that work. Me personally, I don't know. I never really got, because I'm as sensitive as a rock when it comes to
He's got a sensitive heart though.
Yeah, of
very
course.
sensitive there.
But when it comes to like sensing stuff in the paranormal, Eric and I are both kind of the same way. Like we have a little bit of intuition, like we can go somewhere and kind of say, okay, you know what, I feel something here. Or if something's getting a little bit dark or heavy, we could feel a little heavy chested, but that's about as far as it goes.
Well, tell you the truth is when I asked you, like, if you tuned into your senses, like when I joined War Party, which is similar to the team that you're on, I was very skeptical, and I opened up my mind to where I noticed that, things happen when, I don't know, I like sense I get pulled. It's almost like
you just kind of like
pulled towards
go.
things,
Yeah,
like
exactly. If you just kind of go with the flow, don't overthink it. Just kind of go where you're pulled, kind of a thing. But
where am I going to put this camera? Where am I going to set up the REM pod? Which equipment should I use? Should I bring out the Ovilus? Like that.
Yeah, we just kind of roll with it,
I know.
But so they were asking kind of about a little bit more about the automatic writing. Seeing people are interested in that.
I think it might be different for everybody. For me, it can go both ways. So I'll tell you when I was younger, I used to like write like with my finger like this. Bianca does that now. That's how if you ever watch her do a reading, she's moving her hands like this, and she's actually writing it out and then saying it as she's writing it. She's that in tune with what she's doing at this point. I used to do it that way on like a mirror or on a wall or whatever was near me and write it out. And then my sister and my cousin called me Red Rum once, and that stopped me from doing that in front of people.
Yeah. In front of a mirror.
And I have written by hand. And then sometimes I say like automatic writing because like it's coming through and I'm just writing it out as it comes too. So there's a variety of different ways that I do it.
You even look or close your eyes. You just feel through it.
Close my eyes and I'll write it out. I try, if I'm looking at it, I feel like I can kind of sway what I'm writing. So I don't want to do that. The only time if I'm looking at it is if I don't have paper or pen near me and I really want to get it out, I'm typing it in my phone and I'll type it.
Interesting. Okay.
And so that would be the only time. And that's what I'm saying.
That wouldn't work for me. I'm like one of those people that text like this.
What would be cool?
So fast.
I
have
just
to
had a
get it
light
out.
bulb go off. Like you said, you type it. I don't know if you ever used a paranormal puck. If you know what
No.
that is, it's like
Yeah.
a sensor. It senses changes in the atmosphere, but it also works like the
Oh,
Ovilus,
yes.
where you type out questions and it'll spit out words like responding to it. That'd be cool. Like you said, you're doing your automatic typing on
Yeah.
that and see what kind of responses you got.
That would
Yeah,
be
that would be neat.
Yeah.
I would try that. That would be really cool.
On the next episode of the Haunted Files.
Let's do it. That'd be so fun.
Yeah.
I would love to try that.
Yeah. We're gonna do it. We'll do it one
That'd
day.
be really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think everybody's different. You just kind of get into like a meditative kind of a state. You have to clear your mind. And what you're doing essentially is channeling. So you want to always be careful when you're messing around with this kind of stuff, because when you're channeling, you're inviting something into your body and they're using you as a tool. And so if you're, I don't recommend doing it alone, that's for sure. And if you can find somebody that has done it plenty of times and they could kind of talk you through it as you're doing it, and they're able to pull you out of it if you need to be, and they could kind of watch over you, I think that's the best way to do it. I wouldn't just start on my own, because you just don't know.
Have you done any type of sensory deprivation? Have you done any type of sensory deprivation where you get into a meditative state? Is that like something that's like, it's pretty crazy for you?
I did the sleep, not the sleep deprivation, the you know, the float tanks.
The float tanks.
Yeah. That's cool.
The sensory whatever it is. So I did that.
Oh wow.
Started off really, really cool, right? And then I think I felt like I really was floating. The only thing I didn't like is I kept like tapping into the sides of the wall, so that would take me out of it. Besides that,
where did you do that?
They have them around here.
Yeah, I did it in Patchogue at the float place.
Oh, it's like a therapy type place.
Yeah. And they put you in like a little bath almost.
Tub.
Like,
I thought you had like a kiddie pool in your backyard and you like put these
like
electrodes on you.
It was so cool. Like you go into this little room, right? And you shower in this little shower. And then in the shower, you walk through a door. And then in that door, there's like a whole like little pool. It's like a 9 feet by whatever. And you just like lay in this shallow bit of water, but you're floating because there's so much salt in there, and it's completely dark, no music, no nothing. And it's just supposed to look completely like you can't see, and you feel like you're floating, and you're supposed to have really profound experiences or be really relaxed. And I had this old man come flying at my face, and I went up like under the water.
That ain't relaxed.
I did not relax. It started out real good and real peaceful, and then it scared me because I didn't expect him to come flying at my face. So I wound up under the water, and from there I could not get comfortable again. I had to get out.
So we're big fan of different sensory deprivation type.
We do some crazy shit
when it comes to the paranormal, because I feel that some people that aren't very sensitive, that it kind of helps them get into that meditative state, right? Like, I don't know if you've seen the goggles that I made, like the red lights goggles. So basically, it kind of mimics the Gansfeld experiment. So it's like red lights over your eyes, and then you're listening to, instead of white noise, we use a spirit box, kind of like a cross between the Gansfeld and the Estes method. And we've had some really amazing results. And doing it with people that are sensitive, psychic mediums, things of that nature, they tend to see a lot of visuals and get some really crazy stuff coming through. So, we are actually talking about doing that, like a float tank, like making something like a makeshift one, with blindfold and do it, and then listen to like a spirit box with with waterproof headphones, like they use for
the transcranial experiment.
Yeah, we've been doing that too. The new transcranial direct current stimulation, where we
shock our brain.
Yeah, during doing it, and it's been absolutely mind blowing. Like
I'm so jealous right now. That sounds like so much fun.
Yeah, we do so many weird stuff.
Actually, you got like a video of that transcranial sitting here, don't you?
Did I remove it? I'm looking for it. I don't see it.
Oh well,
that sucks. I should have left it on there.
Yeah. So yeah, we're always like trying to different things. Try to push things to the limit.
That's very cool. I love that.
And then, Eric, just give me a sec. I'm going to look for that video if you guys just want to keep it rolling.
Okay. So, going back to Paraflix, you've been on a radio show there, and also you're on Dark Echoes. Can you tell us a little bit about? They're based in Long Island as well.
No,
Oh, where?
I'm not sure.
Oh,
I think they, because they do like the East, like
they're
Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania,
they're
like
upstate
areas, like
area.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
the
um,
Northeast.
yeah, not too far away. It's a great group of people. I've had a good time so far. Um, it's been fun. I
Now,
enjoy it.
now the thing that you did for Paraflix, did you write that I played in the intro?
Yeah,
That's amazing. I like that.
thank you,
Good job.
thank you.
So, tell us about some of the I would say more active, some of the really crazy. Like, is there any locations that just like you're like, I ain't going back there? Like,
There
or
you go.
anything?
No.
James wants me to wear a Speedo in the tank.
There you go.
You're gonna have front row, James.
I really enjoy being scared and creeped out.
That
And
rush.
yes, I don't know what is. I think I can blame my father for that. When I was younger, we would go visit him on the weekends, and he would get like 3 scary movies and a
Me
cartoon.
too.
And
Yeah.
I remember sitting on his I was like 5 years old watching like Nightmare on Elm Street and like Chucky and all that stuff, and I got scared the crap. Nightmare on Elm Street was like the scariest movie to me in the world because the whole mind
Oh yeah.
twisting of it, like just the idea of the fact that you cannot escape even if you're awake, like that's so messed up.
You got to come
So,
investigating with us with my Freddy Krueger motion detector. Whenever it
Yeah.
senses motion, it starts playing that song with the little girls.
oh my god.
Yeah, exactly. That thing is
Yes,
freaky.
I have to.
Actually, we did that. We used it. That thing was going off. Wasn't it going off at the Selma Mansion when we investigated
Yeah,
it?
yeah. And it was actually at the Denim house, the Denim episode. It was going bananas, that thing.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's in like
But yeah,
Florida, North Florida.
yeah, that was a great spot. But
There are
yeah,
times
no, I'm the
that I
same way. I don't scare easily. Like, it
Yeah.
takes a lot for me to get freaked out. And that's why like I really like doing like isolation sessions, get somewhere sitting by myself, somewhere with nobody around, and just taking it all in, and seeing if I can get get spooked and capture
Ronnie can
evidence,
scare the shit out of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have run before, but I always go back. Like I'll run for a quick second. Hi, Michael. I run for a quick second and then I go back because like why am I here? Like why am I running? This is what I asked for. I think it's so fun.
Yeah, exactly, right.
Because I'm asking them to do something or to communicate with me and they communicate with me and I'm like running away. How rude.
So do you know how
Like-
to turn it off and on?
Hmm?
Do you know how to turn it off and on? Like sensing, things around you?
Oh, I did. It's always on.
Yeah.
Because that was like a kind
On
of
purpose?
Yeah.
that was kind of a problem that one of our psychic mediums that he was like you said in the early days, when he started to realize that he was really a psychic medium, like he always thought it was more paranormal just experiences. Then he started learning like, hey, there's something to this, I'm seeing stuff that other people aren't seeing, I'm hearing things. And then he had a little bit of an issue that he couldn't turn it off, and he started seeing and hearing things in his home and stuff like that, and it almost becomes like you're a beacon, like a lighthouse.
Yeah.
Like when the other spirits could say, hey, you know what, she can listen to me, or he can hear me, I'm gonna go talk to that person.
Shannon don't care. She's like, come on in. I'm open. I'm ready for you guys.
I just don't want them to come like, don't, I don't want to channel anything right now. But oh wow. All right. Sorry, something just moved there. Yeah, no, they're always around. And I welcome that because you know what? I feel like if I tried to turn it off, what if I couldn't get it back on? And then I would be so sad.
Yeah.
And you feel comfortable with it, right?
Just feel like this is how I've always been. So
Yeah. It's like normal. It's like normal to you.
I think so.
But you're paranormal, so You're not
You
normal,
are. I'm
Shannon,
not
just like the
normal.
rest of us.
Definitely not.
That's why we're cousins.
I feel bad for people. I wonder how it is to like look at me with normal eyes. What do they see? I'm probably scary.
On the other side?
No, I mean like normal people. Normal people with normal eyes looking at paranormal me. Am I scary to them?
I
They
don't
probably
know.
think I'm like a weirdo.
I always wonder how the ghosts see us. Like maybe we're scary to them.
I think, well, like, what if we are?
Yeah. Like that
Almost
movie,
like-
The Others.
Yeah,
I
that's what I
always
was
go
gonna
back.
say.
I always go back to that movie.
Yes. Thank you. Me too. I always try to think of that. I'm like, what if I'm
Maybe
little-
we're the ghosts.
you know, I think that's
This whole internet thing's like this interdimension type thing and everyone that's in this chat are ghosts as well. They're not even real.
Sometimes I wonder if I like maybe I'm in coma or something, or I'm dead somewhere and this is just like my purgatory.
Maybe. It's a pretty cool purgatory though,
It
right?
is pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but the weirdest crap keeps happening. So I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, like what is
in
happening?
real life?
Yeah. Just
You
like
know, that's
Lonnie
so
said, what's normal?
That's true.
Exactly.
Normal. Normal scares me.
Yeah, normal is usually not normal.
No,
though.
normal.
Once you dig deep enough, there is no normal. But yeah, no. So very cool. And then you said you're coming out with a book.
Yes, but it's with the editor right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Can you talk about it?
Loved. Yeah. I've been talking about it for 2 years. I'm sick of talking about it.
Okay,
Like,
let's not talk about it. Just when does it
Not
come
in a mean
out?
way. I would love to present it and be like, here's my book. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
you're like
I
ready.
see.
You're like,
you want to
yeah,
get
you're
it.
ready
You
to-
want to get this shit over with. You just want it
Excited
to
to
go on
have
there.
it come out now at this point because it's delayed by a while. I had it
Okay.
written initially and I went to go save it. I had just finished it. I went to go save and my whole computer crashed and I lost
Oh
everything.
my
My
gosh.
fault.
Oh my god.
I had backups, but everything crashed. So I had backups on my computer. I was dumb. It was my fault. So I had to rewrite it, and I went a whole completely different. It was a good thing that it happened. I went a completely different direction with it. I wound up sharing more of the history of the town, from like the native history and then the settlers' history and stuff like that, which is important to the story of the house where I was investigating, and then went more in depth with what I had gone through with after having the attachment and how it had completely changed my life. Like I am literally not the same person I was before in any way, except for name.
Wow.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but it is what it is.
That's
And-
one of the most questions that we get asked is, are you ever scared of anything following you home? Have you ever had an attachment and things like that? And I don't believe I have. I would say the closest thing that I had was I possibly had something. I'm still very skeptical of certain things, but I think I had something follow me back to a hotel room after visiting Ledgeworth Village. We were, are you familiar with that place?
Yes.
Yeah, so we were there, and the people that don't know, it was a mental health facility, if you can call that. It was more of like an asylum.
I'll whoop your ass right out of this hotel.
Yeah, and they had some, very traumatic experiences there. There was a lot of children and people that were poor mental health, and then they were just mistreated, things of that nature. And then when I left, and there was a lot of children there too. And I feel that to me that it was like some kind of a, maybe somebody looking like a child or something looking for to get out of there, a better place, and kind of follow me back to my.
Well, they
my
saw
hotel
the
room.
1-star hotel you were in, but they were thinking it's a 5-star. That's why.
Yeah, they were like, let me go there.
Like, damn, he's hooked up here.
Yeah,
I
it
believe
is.
him.
So I was kind of like reviewing some footage on my laptop from the investigation, and the light started flickering in the hallway, and I was like, all right, whatever. And then I said, hey, can you do that again? And it did it again. And then, I'm like, all right, maybe it's just the hallway light. So then the lamp behind me started doing it, which is on a different circuit, totally different everything. and I asked it to stop. It stopped, you know, and then I kind of just said, listen, you know what, this is my place. This is my place to sleep tonight. This is my area. And I'm sorry, but, you know, you can't stay and you have to go back to your place. And luckily enough, it stopped and that was it. So, but yeah, I couldn't imagine having something kind of come back to my house and just, you know, terrorize me. You know, I mean, that's got to be pretty disturbing.
Well, the thing, if I was able to, I think, be in the right frame of mind to have said, you know, stay or whatever, I would have maybe at that point, you know what I mean? But at that time, I was completely out. I was literally, I went to this location as Shannon BC. I don't know how to describe it. As Shannon before trauma, so we'll do BT. So I went there as me, regular investigation. One of the last things I really remember is we were talking in like English accents, like trying to healthy provoking, because it was a very quiet night. Ironically, like it felt weird, it felt heavy, but it was quieter than normal. And so we were supposed to have a group tour that night, and we didn't have it. They canceled, so it was just our team. We were waiting for the other team.
Playtime.
Yeah. So we decided to do our own thing, and we were talking about what we would have eat, oysters, stuff like that. And in my mind, like a moron, I'm like connecting with the spirit that I've been connecting with all this time. And I'm like, you know, tell me what happened to you. Tell me what happened to you. Because she wouldn't tell me her name. She wouldn't tell me. I knew that she was murdered. So I thought I was connecting with the man's wife. And all of a sudden I'm out cold. I had to listen back to the audio, and I remember coming back and my throat feeling like I was screaming, and they had told me, no, like you were not screaming. And when they played back the audio, you don't hear me at all. You hear them talking to me, but I'm not there. Like you literally, their faces dropped when they played that for everyone in our group. Everyone looked at me like, and I cried because I'm like, I just wanted answers. What is going on? That night, I just stood, not to be like crude or anything, but I'm just being honest about what I went through when I came. I was going to go in the shower, and I got stuck in front of the mirror, just staring at my face. I had like nothing on for hours. Hours went by, and I was just staring.
Really?
I didn't recognize myself. I was like, who is this? And almost like I didn't recognize myself, but I was recognizing someone else, like is recognizing myself again, if that makes sense. I saw half of my face decay. I saw my nose fall off. When I saw my nose, I kept seeing my nose coming off. That was so weird to me. And then ironically, everyone, as an adult, everyone that I came into contact with, and it was so ironic, like people started to pick up on it, like I wasn't crazy. Like at first I thought maybe I'm just crazy, but they'd be like, I got your nose. Where's your nose? I got your nose. As an adult, who does that to an adult? I got your nose.
Right.
And it would freak me out. I've even did like Snapchat, Snapchat filters or whatever, have a face on top of my face. Like it would have two filters as if I had another face. Like it wouldn't connect with where my face was. It could have been a glitch on Snapchat, but who knows?
But I mean, it sounds to me almost like do you feel like something was with you, like at the like inherited you, like inhabited
absolutely.
you?
It inhabited me. Yes, I am its host. It is a parasite. No offense. Yeah, my personality changed. I became meaner, and I don't want to say meaner. I became more
like agitated.
I get agitated quickly. I do get agitated easier, much easier, very fast. Little stupid things annoy me that used to never annoy me. But like, I think I've become more direct. I don't.
Oh, okay.
I'm kind.
You don't beat around the bush. You go straight to the point.
Completely different personality. I used to let people walk all over me. Now it's like you can't even get half a word out. I'm like, no, you will step back a little bit.
And that's when the Queen of Darkness came out.
That's exactly what happened. I went through a very hard time because not only
Mhm.
was I dealing with this attachment, I did have a business I was trying to run. I did hair at the time. I
Mhm.
still do hair on the side. So I had my own business that I was trying to run, and then COVID happened and shut that down. Now I'm trapped in my little bedroom.
Mhm.
My business is shut down. I can't go anywhere, and I'm trapped with just this thing, and it just got worse and worse and worse.
Oh, wow.
And then I got sick from it, and it was just continued to go from there. That's when I got a lot of my stuff because I did a lot of research. At that point, I had time to do the research.
Wow, that's amazing tale. I mean, that's definitely
I'll be waiting for that book.
yeah.
That's for
No, it
sure. I'm
sounds
definitely
interesting
buying
to read.
that.
I mean, like, I'm sorry that happened. And it's traumatizing, but
It is
I
traumatizing.
mean, it seems, you know, and when you talk about it, you could tell that you're very serious and you're
You're genuine about
emotional
it.
and you're genuine,
Mhm.
and that this is something that, you know, and we talk to a lot of different people, and especially being on a team as large as we are, you know, we have people that claim to be psychic mediums all the time and different things,
Mhm.
and you know, we always kind of do like, but there's very few and far between that are legitimate, and you know, and everything that you're saying is, you could tell that it hit home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's legitimate, as far as I could tell from the, you know, from talking with lots of different people, and that's got to be terrifying.
It was absolutely terrifying because I left there a different person. I had all these different memories. I was scared because my team didn't know what to do. I was trying to go upstairs. They thought that I was going to try and jump through this. They have like this chimney with like a hole. You can't fall
Oh,
from
wow.
it. It'd hurt your leg probably.
Yeah.
They thought that I was going to go up there, but I think what I was going to try to do was go up to the servants' quarters on the top floor, which would have been past that area. They dragged me outside. I know that they were trying to do the right thing.
Mhm.
Mike and the other founder they were at another location. They had to call them. So that wasn't who. Once they got there, it kind of was like, what are you guys doing? What's going on? You know, what happened to her? So and Mike will tell you, he wouldn't even look at me. He wouldn't even look at me. He was like, no, nobody would look at me. We had one of our biggest skeptics in the group, and the only thing that he ever acknowledged about it, and he really was, he's not in our group anymore, but the only thing that he ever really acknowledged about it was that when he walked past the car, he looked at me and he was like, who's in the back seat? And he did not know that it was me.
Oh, wow. That's
My friend
wild.
Tom said that he still sees my face, and my friend Julie, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but she was there with me that night, and supposedly I terrified her. Like, I just looked at her, and when I looked at her, she said, like, my eyes, there was something with my eyes, and she said that she can't get that image out of her head. There's a lot of teams that have, if they go through something like this, it'll like tear you apart. I mean, the stuff that I'm not even scratching the surface. If somebody had told me a quarter of this stuff, I'd have a hard time believing them. So if people don't believe me, I don't get offended. You know what I mean? It's a
Mhm.
very unbelievable situation. I can
Right.
that I do have stuff to back up. I do have evidence to back up my experiences, my writings,
But it's
etc.
also good that people hear this because, you know, it is real and things like that do happen and you got to be careful, especially like if you're not the right person for this.
Right. I was a
Yeah.
little bit like cocky before, but not with an ego. I wasn't cocky like, oh, I'm the best psychic. I was cocky like, oh, I want all the spirits to come to me. Like, come to me, come to me. You know,
Yeah.
them all. And
You know, it's funny because we were talking to Daryl Marston,
mhm,
from Ghost Hunters,
mhm.
and he just came out with a book, and he had a similar type experience, um, at the House of Wills, and he wrote a book about it. It's not similar in the sense that it was, you know, overtaking him. He didn't really get too into details, but he said basically after this one investigation, like, nothing was the same. Like, it changed him. Like, it
Mhm.
completely changed him. And that's what we tell people too, you know. You know, it's all fun and games, you know, you go to some of these events, you go places and stuff, but when you're scoping out or going to like a new location or something that really hasn't been investigated, be on your toes, be careful, or, it's not something that you just want to kind of just go do for a thrill. Maybe if you're starting and you're getting into it, go to some regular events, go with people that are credible, and kind of, before you jump into things. Not, see, just for instance, like, Daryl is a seasoned paranormal investigator. You are a seasoned person that's been dealing with this your whole life. You never know. Nobody is above it. You know what I mean? It's just, you have to be careful. And not to say that you weren't careful. I'm just saying, like, for people that don't understand that these things do happen.
And that's the thing. And I'm so glad that you said that. You do have to be careful. I was stupid and I didn't realize I was being stupid. And if you make the mistake, you're not stupid. I'm not calling you guys stupid. Right. But I literally said, show me what happened to you. And if I could tell you, like, how much my life has replicated some of the things and stuff that I've,
right,
or that she's gone through after the fact, after I've written it, and it's not stuff that I could just, you know what I mean, like just random things coming into my life, etc. It's just so weird, but I did that to myself, I feel, because you don't necessarily have to say anything out loud. Your thoughts, are strong.
Well, God forbid. I mean, you were with a seasoned team when that happened to you. Imagine if you weren't with any people like that, right?
That is true, and I did have a good foundation to keep me like going through all of that, because I don't know what would have happened to me if I did not have that team to hold me up through those hard times, and to be understanding of the fact that, I mean, I have to give them credit, like, that they stuck by me, even though they were terrified of me, even though I was a completely different person, and they really helped me out a lot. It was a lot of nights of calling, but that night, unfortunately, it was just me and one other investigator that were the most, I would say, I don't want to say advanced, but experienced. I would say we were the most.
Right.
The other investigators were brand new, and I think that's why I scared them so badly too, because they were brand.
Well, you could be investigating all your life and never see anything like what you've been through. That's, things like that don't happen all the time.
I really thought it was Hollywood. This was Hollywood stuff. Like, it's like not the holy grail of paranormal stuff, but you always want to investigate something and have something really cool experience happen, and to prove that something else. But when it does happen, what do you do? What do you do then? When that stuff appears before you, what are you left to deal with?
Mike, we got to pay bills.
Yeah, we do. So
and then we're going to talk about what you do after we pay the bills.
I love that. We got a couple word from our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Love that.
What is up, my paranormal peeps? You may be wondering why we're holding something like these in our hand, and my buddy's going to tell you all about it.
The reason that we have this paranormal equipment in our hand is because we're giving a big shout out to the Ghost Hunter store, one of our sponsors. They're your one-stop shop for everything paranormal.
That's right, and you may have seen some of these equipment on your favorite paranormal TV shows.
Exactly, especially the Haunted Files on Paraflix.
Mike's got that right.
All right, guys, so check them out. And if you use the code word Ghost Gone Wild,
not Girls Gone Wild,
Ghost Gone Wild, in your checkout, you'll get a discount on your purchase. Thank you, guys.
Peace.
Are you ready to explore the unknown?
Eventually.
Brace yourself for a journey into the supernatural. Paraflix Paranormal Plus, your gateway to the paranormal, all-in-one streaming service. Dare to explore, dare to believe, dare to stream alone.
It does not want us here.
Sign up now and embark on a supernatural adventure like never before. Paraflix Paranormal Plus, the universal home of paranormal.
All right, guys, real quick too. And if you're not a subscriber for Paraflix, make sure you go check it out. If you use the code word, the Haunted Files 25, you get 25% off your annual subscription. And you can check Eric and I out and some of our other investigators.
And Shannon.
Exactly. And we have a show called The Haunted Files, and we're at coming out with season 3 at the beginning of 2025. So season 1, season 2 is out there now. You guys can catch up, do a little binge watching. Make sure you check it out. And we have a Halloween special that I'm going to throw up a quick little clip here that you guys are going to check out. Super different, so super amazing, and you got to check out what happens.
Sensory deprivation, Shannon. Check this out.
Yeah, it's pretty wild stuff.
Wild.
I'm excited.
This Halloween season, the Haunted Files and Paraflix bring you Halloween special, where Mike and Eric take things to a whole new level, investigating the paranormal claims that have been reported from the haunted Lake Okeechobee.
What the hell's that? Something bubbling under the boat.
Double.
And what they find is not what they expected. And it was truly out of this world. Lake of Death. Available and streaming now. With special guest Brittany Barbieri, ufologist, cryptozoologist, and paranormal investigator. Only on Paraflix.
And yes, there were gators all over the place. You can see the red eyes.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was wild.
I want to go back.
So yeah, real quick, that they found thousands of human remains in Lake Okeechobee. Everybody talks about Lake Lanier. Nobody talks about Lake Okeechobee because they downplay it a lot because it's Florida and they want the tourism and this, that, and the other thing. But there's a lot of murders and people dump bodies. There was thousands of human remains, like I was saying, that were found from the indigenous people. They don't even know what tribes or what people these came from. Some of them even had elongated skulls, like they find in Peru. And I guess in the early 1900s, there was a drought, and they explained it like it looked like a pumpkin patch, that there were so many skulls and human remains. And there has also been reports of UFO sightings, apparitions, lights, light anomalies, all kinds of weird stuff out in this lake. It's one of the biggest lakes with one of the most population of alligators in the world. And yeah, it's a really good watch. Check it out. Some really crazy stuff happens. And then also
a lot of things pertaining to extraterrestrials, just really weird.
Yeah, that's kind of a little twist at the end. So
people have seen lights out there of unidentified flying objects.
So very, very neat stuff. And then Eric, we want to talk real quick about the Supernatural Eye season 3.
Oh yeah, so Franny, she's one of our team members, also my girlfriend. So I do the editing.
So we got to promote her.
We got to promote her, and Mike's the interviewer. So
right.
It's like one big family.
That's sweet.
Like sort of like Paraflix cousins. Well, Franny's been on our show, so she's your cousin too. So
Yay.
There you go. So you got another cousin there.
Yay!
So yeah, she's coming out with season 3. And it's coming out. Episode 1 is going to be on the Biltmore Hotel, which is in Miami, Florida, Coral Gables, one of these most haunted places in Miami. But they don't claim to be that it's haunted, and they don't want anything to do with anything with ghosts or anything like that. But we went there, spent a few nights, and got some weird things. So I'm going to play her trailer so everyone can watch it. Here we go. Yeah, check it out. She's gonna have some celebrities on her show too for season 3.
That's cool. I like that.
Thank
All
you.
right. So now we got that wrapped up.
You got anything
Kinda go-
else? No, I'm just joking. We got a lot of commercials.
I like it.
So what were we talking about?
We were talking about what happened to Shannon. So my question was going to be, so now when you go on paranormal investigations, is there anything that you do to like protect yourself, or like now you have a way to cope with it? Like everyone has a different method. Like what's your method?
For a while, to be honest with you, I would go to the investigations with my team, but I would kind of just like zone out. I didn't really put effort in. I didn't ask questions during EVP sessions. I would look at my equipment.
You wouldn't have made that 90-day period with us, girlfriend. No, I'm just joking.
I didn't.
Just teasing.
I was still very jittery. It wasn't until I would say most recently, I think we went to West Virginia Penitentiary. I say that word weird, I know. When we went there, I did some investigating kind of on my own. And I started to feel certain things and I allowed it. I didn't close it off. Like I know I said before, I don't close it off, but you know what I mean? Like I allowed myself to feel and I didn't back away from it. I didn't like go to a different area.
You're walking down the hall, the inmates are whistling, you can hear them.
It was a really there was weird stuff. I was being touched on my arm. That there was a voice that I picked up while I was doing that. She kept saying, "Help, Shannon." It was weird. So
really?
I did allow that, and that kind of sparked that I needed that spark again, and I've been traveling a lot, so I haven't really been able to like hunker down on another investigation with them. Like I'm really super jealous because they went to one of our hot spots the other night and I missed it. But
oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think that being a female investigator, that sometimes some spirits would claim to like want to communicate with you more than they would like a big burly guy like me? Like, I mean, depending on the situation and the places that you go.
Penitentiary, for example, like all the inmates.
Well, I think it could go both ways there. Like, yeah, maybe because I'm a female and they have the opportunity to mess with me and whatever, if that's the kind of person that they were. But you could also go the other way with it. And if you're like, one of the bigger people there, like, whatever, they might want to mess with you to see how far that they could push you to make you look weak,
Right.
So I feel more so that there are certain locations that I go to that if there's like a lot of history there, if I'm asking questions, I feel like they don't answer me back because I'm a woman. Like I shouldn't be talking direct to them that way or questioning them per se. So if I kind of switch my questioning to more of conversation,
got a perfect place for you.
More of a response. Yeah. No, you're
Yeah, because
exactly.
We'll notice sometimes there's areas where we won't get as many responses, and Franny will get responses in the same location.
We got a place in Miami.
Yeah, that's true.
We have the Gold Coast Railroad Museum. It used to be a naval military base, and there's remnants of it, and there's like a maintenance room that used to be the original part of it, and we believe it was like officers' quarters. So anytime we get women in there, they always get touched. Like Franny had her hat flicked.
Wow.
Erin got groped. She felt like someone like running her fingers up like her leg and all the way up to her thigh. And then the weird thing is like during the day, and this is during the day, and I'm like to the right of me is like this bathroom with the window, and I see a shadow figure with legs and arms walk by. Soon as I see that, Erin's like, I just felt someone go like this, and I look at her cheek, and like there's like a mark, like someone like ran their finger, like there's no like a white mark, like they removed the blush,
like some of her makeup like was smudged.
It was
right here
really wild.
Oh man.
It was wild, and it's like almost in that same area, 3 different women, same experience, and it's like, and that was also a time where women were just getting into the military,
Right.
and we feel that, maybe they didn't treat them as they should be treated, and
I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome. How'd you do that?
I was an accident.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Sorry.
I'm
But,
gifted like that.
yeah, I guess, like you said, it all depends on the location and who you're kind of trying to communicate with and everything. But yeah, I mean, so do you still feel that this person is with you, or have you?
Sorry.
Real quick, I got it. I'm sorry. I keep interrupting. I was talking about paying bills. Now I got to put my compliance hat on, Shannon.
Okay.
So right now, our listeners on the KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network will be moving to the next show. But if you listeners want to continue listening or watching us, you can watch us on our War Party Paranormal YouTube page. And for our people who are watching us on Facebook or our YouTube page, check out KGRA Digital Broadcasting Network. You can listen to it in your car on iHeartRadio. They got amazing shows. They got shows about cryptids, UFOs. Bishop Long has a show there. So they got great talent there. So check them out. How'd I do, Chanel? Did I do good? I almost forgot. You thought I was going to forget, didn't you? She said spectacular. Awesome. All right. Okay, downhill. We have no FCC regulations. You can drop F-bombs, whatever you want. All right. Continue.
I don't.
Oh, I was going to say, do you still feel like you have that person with you still to this day?
Yes. And when I talk about it a lot, it'll start to I start to get like a pressure in here. So I feel like she's gonna start to come out. I say she, it's a woman. So I feel like she's gonna start to come out, and then I'll start to get like tight in my throat here. And yeah, so she's still here. People
Spooky.
see her with me. She doesn't often give her name. She doesn't give her name at all, actually. I thought it was just me, but for a majority of the people that I have gone to said that they couldn't get a name. One person recently on one of my lives said they were getting a name from her, but the ironic thing was earlier in the day, and this person didn't know that, I was making a joke saying that I was just going to give her a name, and the name that I said I was going to give her is the name that he said he picked up on.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Like, so
That's
sometimes
good.
when you bump into other psychic mediums, because you're in the business, and people, do they ever say like, hey, you got something going on there?
Yes. They do.
There's something attached to you.
And some people will see her as this like loving, like nurturing thing, and then other people see her for how I felt her, like I love her now, don't get me wrong, because it's me, like
She's bipolar. Right.
yeah. So like they'll see her as like this darker, like she's got her arms like wrapped around me, like she's not letting me go type of a thing. Like,
And do you feel that this is a human or
sometimes
non-human?
I'm unsure, I'll be honest with you. I go back and forth.
Interesting.
I don't want to say, I don't think it's the big D word or anything like that.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think that I just don't know. Because I've never dealt with something like this before.
Yeah, there's a lot of things we don't know about.
There's things that kind of like borderline. I've had instances happen where I was touched inappropriately while I was alone in my bed, and I didn't I'd never expected that, and that was really weird and uncomfortable. And so like it's very traumatizing in multiple ways. It's very invasive, and I feel like that's just like a control kind of a thing. Like, we can do it, we will do it. It was only the one time that situation happened, and it's probably not as far as everyone is thinking in their mind. It didn't go that far, but it was too
well,
far.
even if it's slight, it's like going to be weird
enough.
anyway.
It was
yeah,
enough. It was too
right.
for me. Sorry, I'm hiding behind my hair now because I got bashful. Yes.
Your inner spirit's coming out.
The Queen of Darkness gets bashful too.
That's okay.
So, yeah, gross.
Okay. So
yeah,
like,
no, that could be definitely disturbing.
so now it's like under control. You like set boundaries with it.
Necessarily that it's under control. What I think is so much time has passed.
That you're more
This
used to
happened
it.
in 2019. Yes, I've
It's like
acclimated.
you accepted it.
Yes, there
So
are.
like whatever happens, it's not really a big deal. So you're used to it.
Yeah, it goes in waves. So I will have high highs and really low lows. So I will be like, it sounds like a mental thing, but it's not. I will feel really, really drained. I can't get out of bed. I can't, I will sleep and sleep and sleep and sleep. And I'll be very like, whatever. And then there's times where I feel like perfectly fine. There's times where I feel her more. And I don't know if that's when certain things might have happened in her life or if it's just seasonal. And there's, well, as far as we know, there's no time frame, whatever. So it could just be consistent for them, but not for me. You know what I mean?
There's Mike's attachment.
Yeah. Easy. Say hi.
So cute.
So yeah, no, that's an amazing I mean, I don't want to say amazing, but it's mind-blowing to hear.
Has there been any attempts to like anything else to attach to you?
Oh, anything else to attach? I have had other attachments in the past, but they were just like similar to Mike said earlier. Like they come and they go. Like they just like for like a day or two, and then they went on their way. I had one from Kings Park. That was really kind of cool, actually. That one went away. I think it was an older man, and he came home and haunted my house for a couple months.
And then I freaked his ass out. He ran.
He left. He actually pulled my picture frame off the wall. We were outside talking about how spooky my house was, and the night that we were having, and we heard a giant crash inside of my house, and nobody was home at the time, and we had gone inside, and my picture was pulled off the wall, and it was on the carpet, but it was like somebody took it off the wall and just sat it here, but the whole frame busted, and there's no way. I don't even know how that happened, but it was still sitting straight up.
Wow.
And it fell on carpet, a thick carpet. I don't know how it broke.
Oh,
and the nail was still in the wall, and the back tab thing was still all together.
Yeah, that's definitely.
You're sort of like a trigger object.
Yeah.
I bet you, like, if you go to places, things will get stirred up, right?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Have you ever have you contacted anybody like in the field, like to say, hey, I want to try to take care of this, or are you?
I have talked to some people about it, but I feel like after we speak, a lot of them, some of them say still get rid of it, obviously, but some of them see, I think, where I'm coming from, and they're like, you know what? I feel like you are just so much intertwined with this thing at this point. You've let it go too far. My fault, I guess. I've let it in too much, and now it's just like too intertwined. I like picture.
Well, I mean, we've met people too, different people that they kind of don't want to get rid of it
at this point. Yeah, I don't know who I'll be afterwards. It's been years. And I'm scared. I'll be honest, like that's scary. It was scary enough getting it to this point, like what happens after, and will I mourn it? I don't know. Like, no. If she wants to leave, she's free to go, but leave me a love note when you leave.
You're gonna be sad.
Yeah, you guys are friends now.
Yeah, it's who you are now.
It's part of me. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Darkness.
So yeah, it's like if you really think about it, like if you accept it and it's a part of you and it's how you live and pretty much everything, like that's pretty understandable to me.
Yeah. I like
very interesting.
Very protective. Like I think that's where that sternness comes into play, Very protective. But
yeah, you don't want to piss off Shannon and her
do you have like a channel or a show currently, like a podcast?
I don't. I want to have a podcast so bad. I just don't know what I would even talk about. But
oh, you'd be amazing.
Thanks. I just have.
Scott B thinks that too.
Oh, thanks, Scott B. I
But you did
have
say you
my-
go live on social media and stuff, right?
Yes, I have my Facebook, my Instagram. I go live. I have my silly TikTok videos. I do a lot of poetry reads, but I've been trying to do more lives. I'm gonna be out of it for like the rest of this week, but next week I'll be starting again. I think actually I'm going live this weekend because I'll be at WarrenCon.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice. I'm so jealous. Maybe
Yeah,
next year
no,
we'll be there.
I think next year we're gonna check that one out. We're
We'll
gonna
be
go
in your
do that.
neck of the woods. We'll be at White Hill Mansion. When's that, in May or
Yeah,
April?
May.
Yeah, so that's
Yeah,
exciting.
I think your team goes to that one.
Yeah, I don't think, is it really in Maine? Did I go that far?
No, it's on
No,
Maine.
next
It's
year. Next year. No, not in Maine. I mean,
Oh.
in the month of May.
in-
In May!
That's
Yeah,
my
it's in-
Miami accent.
Wait, did I go that far?
You got your Long Island accent. I got my Miami accent.
I've worked really hard to try and tone down my Long Island accent, and I do hear it coming out tonight, so I'm ashamed.
No, I like it. That's who you are. So
So awesome.
I've heard
So
heavier.
we're kind of getting to the end of the show here.
No way
And
today. Not yet.
what's-
Not till I say.
There you go.
Imagine? Oh my god.
right?
I got scared of myself.
Buckle your seatbelts.
Here she comes.
We're going on for another hour.
Sorry about that.
No, no worries.
We're gonna speak. The next hour will be Shannon's interview with her attachment.
As my head just sits here.
We'll do a
Right.
part 2. We'll bring you back and we'll talk about that.
Watch Shannon crawl across the ceiling.
Yeah, and you have to talk in a British accent.
I wish I had that forever.
So I was gonna say, like, let people know maybe where they can find you on social media, and
Sure.
whatever you want to promote or whatever you want to tell people to follow you, check it out. Just
She's gonna be at WarrenCon, so if you want to meet her in person, you better go.
yeah, lay it out there.
I'm on Facebook as Velma Von Dinkenstein, and I also have a model page that you can find from that called Shannon Michelle with 1 L. Instagram, and TikTok, I'm a dream _ within a scream. My website is thequeenofdarkness.com or adreamwithinascream.com. They take you to the same place. What else? I will be at a bunch of events. If you follow my social media, I will post them all there because my October is very busy and I'll spend forever talking about it here. But definitely next week, WarrenCon, October 5th, I will be in, I think, Twisted Vines restaurant. We're doing a meet and greet and premiering my episode there, and investigating. It's an overnight, so tickets are still up for that if people want to.
Don't forget the Derby's coming up. Josh.
Oh, sure.
The Derby. Okay. Josh, I know Josh, but I don't know what I don't know. I don't mean to. I'm sorry, Josh. I am not understanding the Derby. I must have forgot the Derby's coming up.
Oh
We
my
have
God. If I tell you what we have going on,
right?
you'll be
Yeah,
spending
busy
like the
time of
exorcism.
year.
But it's so much fun. I just hate
Oh,
that
yeah,
it's so
it's
busy because
amazing.
it goes so
It's our
fast.
Super Bowl.
Yeah. And it
Mhm.
goes so fast. And
Yeah, it
sometimes you
does.
feel like you can't really enjoy it in the moment, until you
Yeah.
look back and you're like, wow, that was a great time. I wish I was able to be present in the moment,
Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
So that's my thing. Oh, Paraflix.
Yeah.
Paraflix. I am the horror hostess with the ghostess for Paraflix Network. Please, please, please go to paraflix.com. Sign up, subscribe, and enjoy all the spooky, creepy shows. Forget Netflix and chill when you can have spookies and thrills. Yay!
awesome.
There you
Yeah,
go.
definitely.
Thank you.
I'm going to record that and I'm going to make a video out of that and I'm going to send that to Natalie.
Please do. I adore
She's amazing, isn't she?
She is great.
She's my hero.
So is
Yeah.
Patty. They're both great.
Patty and agree. She's the reason why we're on the Paraflix. She's an amazing person.
Awesome.
And guys out there, if you want to see any of my social media or hit me up that way, the easiest way is if you go to my website, FLAparanormalresearcher.com, and it has links out to all my social media. I have a blog and some stuff and different things going on the website, talking about the haunted files, some other spooky stuff that I just want to get out there. And make sure you check out warpartyparanormal.com. We have upcoming events, and we have not this weekend, but the following weekend, the 5th of October, we will be in Rock Island, Illinois, at the Rock Island Roadhouse Paracon. And we're going to be speaking there and doing some stuff. And then following that, on the 12th, we'll be in Tifton, Georgia at the HorrorCon. And we're actually going to play one of our episodes where we investigated that theater on the big screen. And then we're doing a Q&A. So make sure you come check that out as well if you're local.
Friday night, the 11th, we're going to be in Cochran, Georgia for Friday Night Frights, where Josh Purvis from The Searchers and Mike and I and Cross the Line Paranormal, we're going to be doing an investigation at the old Beckley County Jail, which is super haunted, and we've never been there. And we're going to be investigating with the small group that's going to be there. And then we'll have that HorrorCon after.
That's
Exactly.
so fun.
Yep.
And then
We're not finished yet. We got more.
And Eric, if you want to tell people where they can find. Oh, also real quick, guys, if you don't know and you're a new listener, first of all, make sure you sign up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We really appreciate it. Throw a like out there. You know how that stuff works. Just want to give you a quick reminder. And also, War Party Paranormal, we are a team of investigators that basically our main goal is to help people. We're a nonprofit organization. We help people with the paranormal. If you're having paranormal issues or things going on in your home or your business, we'll come out and help. And there's no charge to that. And we host local events and ghost hunting events to spread awareness and to get our name out there and to meet people to help. Eric, what else you got?
And we also got some more events. So if you want to do a paranormal investigation with us, it's interactive. We got an event on October 11th at the Old Davie Schoolhouse Museum. So you can go to their website, just Google them, and you'll find their tickets. You get to investigate with people like us and our team. And then the week after that, on the 18th, we're going to be at a local HorrorCon at Flippers of Hollywood, and they're actually going to be playing one of our episodes on the big screen there. So that's pretty cool. And then the day after, oh wait, no, that's Saturday. So if you're in South Florida, you can come see us in Flippers of Hollywood. And then later, if you're obsessed with War Party Paranormal and the Haunted Files, you can go to the HorrorCon all day and see us. And then after that, go down to the Gold Coast Railroad Museum in Miami and investigate with us.
Very busy.
Yeah. Yep. And then also that night, that day, that weekend, we got part of our team up at the Gilchrist County Jail, the old Gilchrist County Jail, and they're at an event as well. So you can see them there. That's a lot of stuff. And then I'm not even going to mention the other stuff, but they're private. We actually, Shannon, we do a field trip at the Deering Estate in Miami. Most beautiful place you'll ever see, the most haunted place. It's on the water. And we get like 60 to 100 middle school kids. They're from a forensics class, and they come in bus loads, and they get to investigate with us. And it's weird because there's always an episode every single field trip. Someone gets a nosebleed. Someone like has a panic attack and has to walk out the building and get fresh air. It's just someone throws up. It's like crazy.
I don't mean to laugh, but that's awesome.
Yeah, it is. Oh, and then also at the Deering Estate, I'll be with the ladies club and showing them how to investigate as well.
That's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah. So we got a fun October.
Josh put before, don't forget Derby, and he was trying to tell me that the town of the event for October 5th was in Derby, Connecticut.
Oh, gosh, you. I thought it was like a restaurant, the Brown Derby or something like that.
I thought it was like a demolition derby or something.
I was thinking horses. I don't know.
Of course, demolition.
Well,
derby.
we know where Shannon's train of thought was going. She was thinking of wrecking things, and we're thinking like sweet things. I'm thinking food. Mike's thinking horsies.
Horsies.
Shannon, we're definitely gonna have to bring you back again. You're amazing.
So much fun.
For sure.
Exactly.
Thank you.
No, it was a blast. And Eric,
Yeah,
real quick,
thanks
just
for
tell
coming
people where they can find you on social media.
Ghost Hunter South Florida, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and I do all the War Party stuff as well. All the social media.
All right,
So,
and again, thank you, Shannon. You were great.
thank you very
awesome
much.
time.
I really, really enjoyed it. I wish those were bats. Pretend.
Oh, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bats and hearts would have been perfect, by the way.
Yes, right?
Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh my God, we're done.
Peace.
All right. Good night. Good night, everybody.